All right, welcome back to another late night live right here on the Total OS Today Technology channel. It's actually 1 a.m. in the morning. I had a safe and terrific 4th of July, fireworks everywhere, and traffic everywhere. Not too bad. Made it home safe and sound. Spent some time with one of my friends, chatting about things, enjoying the beautiful moonlit evening here in Ohio. I hope things are going well for you. So I won't be on too late tonight since it's very late or very early, depending on your point of view. But somebody told me that if I do a 1 a.m. live stream, someone's going to be there. So I didn't schedule this, so we'll see if anybody jumps on. So it is 1 a.m. Eastern Time here in the United States. Let's see who jumps on. Jay Bat, hello, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. I was not expecting anybody this early or this late, depending on your point of view, like I said. How's things going? Good morning from India. Jay, what time is it in India, if I may ask? Tonight we'll just pick up a few news articles about Linux security. Are you secure using Linux? Well, yes and no. Jay, do you use a Linux distribution? And if you do, which Linux distribution do you use, if I may ask? And do you dual boot also? So let's check the stream here. It's looking good. Okay, cool. You're fine. Okay, very good. Doing good. I just had a safe and happy Independence Day here in the States. Lots of fireworks, lots of traffic. Went out to a friend's house to chat, and I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking, Jay. So we'll see if anybody else jumps on to say hello. We'll talk a little bit about Linux security, just briefly. This will not be a long one tonight. And then I will call it a night. Wow, Fedora. What made you pick Fedora, Jay? I think I tried Fedora once. I can't really say Fedora is for newbies. Yeah. VUF Berlik in Denmark. Well, welcome. How are you? And you dual boot Ubuntu. Well, so do I. Well, Ubuntu Mate, I dual boot, and then in this machine I'm using Linux Mint Mate and Windows 10. But hey, how's things in Denmark? Very nice. So let me go ahead and switch screens here. Give me a second. Okay, you should be seeing this by now. Then we'll go into some news articles. Let me go ahead and pop this out here. Pop out the chat. There we go. Okay, very good. Well, here we go. Linux malware. Leak exposes CIA's outlaw country hacking toolkit. Outlaw country malware sends traffic from Linux machines to CIA's servers. Ooh. And let's see. Outlaw country is described as a kernel module for Linux 2.6 that allows CIA operatives to redirect outbound traffic to a server they control, according to WikiLeaks, of course. I guess this is dated back 2015. You know, we've talked about having a secure operating system, whether it's Linux or Windows. And if you know what you're doing, you can make the operating system as secure as possible. But once you get on the web, all bets are off. All bets are off. And this proves it. Right? I think so. What about you guys? So, let's go to the next one here and see what we got. Threats to IoT devices on the rise. Oh no! Malware detected by the security firm WatchGuard Technologies in the first quarter of 2017 indicated there is a sharp rise in Linux threats against IoT devices. Well, I suppose as more and more people use Linux, we're going to get attacked. Oh joy. Let's see here. Attackers were found to be taking a break from hacking during the holidays. I guess hackers need to take a break also. What, they're going to take a break from attacking you at Christmas and New Year's and then hit you January 1st? Happy New Year, you've been hacked. Threat volume decreasing 52% in quarter 1 2017 compared to quarter 4 2016. How nice of the hackers to leave us alone around the holidays. Oh, that's funny. Excellent Torch. Welcome to the Late Night Live. Yeah, if you look at the clock up here, if you can see this, it is 1:07 a.m. So this is my first late live event. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just shooting the breeze, had a nice 4th, and yeah, we'll talk a little bit about security, and then I will call it a night. Excellent Torch. Are you worried about being secure in your system or on the web? I think a lot of people are. Let's move on to the next article. 6 things to do to secure your Linux system. Keep in mind that this is windowsitpro.com. Tried to format your hard disk 3 years ago. How did that go? Anyway, let's move along here. So what are the things to do to secure your Linux system? Number 1, use Windows. Hey! I know, bad joke. I couldn't resist. Hey, I dual boot, so give me a break, okay? Alright. Let's see here. Let's take a look. Alright, so this is a checklist for securing servers and systems. So let's see. Keep the system and server updated. Seems to me that's true whether you use Linux or Windows, right? Absolutely. Avoid or minimize adding third-party or unknown repositories or packages. Yeah, I will agree with that. This one should be a no-brainer. Third-party repository should only be added if you completely know and trust the organizations behind them. While you're checking for repositories to remove, you might want to remove or disable unnecessary components or services in server. Okay, sounds good to me. What do you guys think about that? Apply the principle of least privilege. Big companies seem to be running without backups. Don't forget to restrict the pseudo privileges of users on the pseudo list. Okay, fair enough. Proactively monitor and validate your network traffic. This is your first line of defense against attempts to find weaknesses in your system. Okay, very good. There's a delay in the chat. Sorry about that. Is it really bad, or can you guys catch up to this? Massacre. I'll tell you how to have Linux secure. Disconnect your PC from the internet. No, okay, don't run as rude. Joking. No, I said that the best secure operating system is the one that does not connect to the web, right? I think so. This last piece, I think you are going to like. Berlick, you say you was prepared, had a backup. They only managed to delete the well, look, I've said this before, I'll say it again. You need to back up, and then back up, and then back up. I have a main machine, I have a quad-core gateway that I'm running now. I have a backup 6-year-old desktop that only has 4 gigs of RAM, but it works. It is a Lenovo. Lenovos are awesome, by the way, so I definitely recommend Lenovo machines, ThinkPads. Take a look at the links below, but down in the show notes. I've put some Amazon affiliate links if you're doing any shopping to help out this channel. the channel gets, I get like a little commission off each sale. But yeah, always back up and back up again. I have two external, well, actually 3 external hard drives, and something is beeping. I wonder what that is. I'll be right back. Well, that beeping was my portable weather alert, AM/FM weather alert radio, but it seemed like there was blue skies tonight, unless I accidentally hit the alarm on it. Anyway, if you heard a beep, that's what it was. It has one of those like crank up things on the side to recharge the battery, and a flashing like an LED solar. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen those. Getting back to what we were talking. Let's see here if it's okay. Back up or back up. Either way, don't say we didn't tell you so. I know, Massacre. Yeah, I have 2 machines, 2 desktops. I have multiple ThinkPads, or laptops I do for testing. I have 3 external hard drives. So I just have to remember to back up my files at least once a month. I don't use special software. I believe I'm a big fan of plug and play. Plug in the external hard drive or a thumb drive, back up again, and move on. So and I do that both in Linux and Windows, by the way. I try to keep it simple. So yeah. How many backups do you have? Okay, so let's go ahead and yes, Berlick, good morning to you in Denmark. It is early morning here. So this last piece of secure news, if you want to call it that, is interesting. This reminds me of excuse me. This reminds me of the Mission Impossible movies. And I'm getting hot. I need to turn on my little fan here. Give me a second. I have one of those Panasonic floor fans. Turn it on just to get a breeze here. Anyway, let's go to the last story. This is kind of cool. So, what this is. This $1,699 secure PC will self-destruct if tampered with. This hardened PC comes with Windows, Ubuntu, or the security-focused Cubes OS. The PC will self-destruct if tampered with. Isn't that cool? Mr. Phelps, should you choose to accept this mission, this laptop, this message, and this laptop will self-destruct in 5 seconds. I think they're making another Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise. Those are cool movies. So 4, okay. Berlick, you said you have 4 backups. Very good. Is it possible? Can you ever have enough backups? No, I don't believe you can. The more backups you have, the better. So there you go. Getting back to this, so a secure PC will self-destruct. Would you buy something like this? A computer that self-destructs if tampered with. Let's go and see what we have. This is from a company called Owl. No, O-R-W-L. Orwell. Orwell. I never heard of them. Let's see here. The palm-sized computer, security-focused. Yeah, it comes with several layers to put a stop to even the most ardent of hackers. Not only do you need a password and a corresponding wireless key fob. Oh, just to turn on the PC. Hello, Kyrie. Welcome. The processor goes to sleep and the USB and HDMI ports shut off whenever the key fob moves out of range. Stopping anyone from snooping in. The question is this worth $1,700? I don't know. Let's see here. What else does it say? And if that's not enough, the tamper-proof device will wipe any data on the encrypted solid-state drive disk as a last-ditch effort to save your data. Well, that's interesting. Let's see. This comes with a built-in mesh to protect the secure controller and a motion sensor. I'll talk about James Bond technology, right? And the device uses open source hardware and software. The PC boasts temperature monitoring and side channel attack protection. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, Verlick, some bargain you found there. Hey, if you're paranoid about security, can you put a price on security? Yes, I can. It's worth exactly $1,699. Let's take a look at the specs. Operating system, Cubes, Ubuntu, and Windows. Does that mean triple boot? I don't know. Intel graphics, okay, that's fine. 8 gig of RAM, that's kind of low. I suppose that's enough. 480 gigabyte self-encrypted solid-state drive. Okay, that's fine. Wireless AC, that's good. Dual Bluetooth, 1 HDMI 4K video output, 2 USB C outputs. That's not a lot. This you're paying for security. Let's see here. Though clearly the makers of the Orwell have thought through as many conceivable methods of attack possible, they make no promise that it's hack-proof or impervious to all known ransomware. I think that's pretty smart. At $1,699, it's a heavy price to pay for physical data security. Orwell is expecting to start shipping mid to late August. You know, Microsoft just made an announcement. The next big update for Windows 10, apparently it's going to be somewhat ransom-proof. You'll be able to lock down your files and folders. To lock out ransomware. If that really works, if it does, that is a game changer. And if that's true, if that really works, I'm going to give, for the first time in history, 2 thumbs up to Microsoft for keeping us, dare I say, more secure. Oh man, I know. So Kyrie, you have Cubes on DVD, Cubes OS. Do you like Cubes? Self-destructing PC. They should put that in the next James Bond movie, you know? That's what I think. Anyway. So we'll chat a little bit more, then I'll call it a night. But that's my Linux security news for the evening. I generally don't worry too much about security. I'll be honest. You know, I keep the systems, both Linux and Windows, up to date as much as possible. As far as posting stuff on the internet, you know, on YouTube, on the Patreon page, whatever, email, Facebook, I don't recall ever posting stuff I will regret later. That's why I try to be as nice and as civil as possible, even if I may not agree with certain things. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but yeah, be careful what you post on the internet, because if you do, it's posted forever. And there's a thought: can you delete yourself off the internet? I don't know. Can you? Anyway, let's see what you guys are saying here. Microsoft makes you more secure by sending data about all your files to their server so they can detect threats. Now that's the most, I guess that's one way of looking at it. Ransomware is a different beast, Massacre. But if they have come up with an update to make your system more ransom-proof, that's pretty cool. STL, switch to Linux did a review on cubes. Yes, I think that's what you mean, right? On cubes. Yeah, I think he did. Cubes is quite, I don't think cubes is designed for beginners, for newbies. That's why I haven't really looked at it. But yeah, from what I've seen, it's secure. What's the other one that's built on security? Tails. Yeah. Excellent torch. Your eye is still twitching. May I ask why your eye is still twitching? Twitching? Not titching. Twitching. Well, it is late for me, isn't it? But generally speaking, you know before, the number one reason I use Linux was for security, but that's not really the number one reason. I just like using Linux because it's fun, but probably the main reason is it's easier to update. It doesn't take as long as Windows 10 to update, but I do feel somewhat secure in Windows 10. It's a 3-level Russian security system, public state army. There's no source code. We trust the We trust the Russians, comrade, don't we? Yes, there's no source code. That is a secret. I don't know. Smiles. Anyway. But yeah, I'm running Linux Mint Mate now, and I'm pretty well happy with it. It seems okay. I think the Mint menu, what you see here, this is a classic. It's easy, it's simple, everything's here. It's awesome, at least in my opinion. And I also like Ubuntu Mate. It's pretty cool also. So, in the latest Kubuntu KDE, Kubuntu 17.04 KDE Neon, nicely done from all of the developers to that. I have Kubuntu in my backup desktop for security, or not for security, but that's what I use. You're watching this on the Chromecast, Kyrie. How is that working out for you? Is it watchable? Is it buffering? Is it slow? Is it fast enough? I don't have a Chromecast. I don't have any streaming devices. I know there's what, Roku, the Amazon stick. I have enough toys right now. The only toy I would consider in the future, toy meaning technology, is the fastest computer I can squeeze in my budget. Because when I render videos, I want to hit render, done. So if it's a 10-minute video and I click the render key, click, done. Does that computer even exist? But waiting to render videos is so boring. It's like watching paint dry. That's why I try to do as little editing as possible. Anyway. Remember always to use DuckDuckGo. Yes, I believe in Chromium. It is DuckDuckGo, if I am not mistaken. Start page is pretty good for security, web browsing and all that stuff, but Chromium seems okay. Yeah. Anybody wants to participate in sharing, giving me a whole laptop? Okay. So it's awesome. Okay. For anybody who watches this later today or tomorrow, I have posted the Linux Newbies podcast number 2 on the Patreon page. If anyone is listening, it's just for patrons only, and you can help out the channel for as little as $1 a month. Those podcasts are meant to be fairly short, designed specifically for beginners or newbies, 5 minutes or less, just to get to the point. And just to make it easier, I haven't seen any Linux Newbies podcast truly for newbies. In episode number 2, I talk about what is Linux. And did you guys know that Linux is really not an operating system? It's a kernel. Of course, those of you who use Linux, you already knew that, didn't you? Yeah. That's why I usually say Linux-based operating system, Linux distro. Sometimes I'll get lazy and just say Linux operating system. But that being said, technically it's not an operating system. It is a kernel. Yeah. Kernel OS. Anyway. Anthony Tucker, how are you? Wow, late this morning. Yes, sir. It was July 4th, Independence Day. I was celebrating with some friends and his son and a friend of the son, and we went out, saw the fireworks. It was very nice. Then we were hungry. We waited like 10 minutes through the McDonald's drive-through, got some food, chatted, watched some more fireworks, went to his place, chatted some more. We made some homemade barbecued s'mores. Well, he did. The way that works is he roasted some marshmallows, honey graham crackers, and melted some Hershey's chocolate to make a nice little sandwich. It was good. A lot of sugar. Oscar, hello. How are you? Berlick Chrome? You're saying Chrome manipulated your Win 7 Pro. Ooh. Good morning, Anthony Tucker. Yes, good morning. So are you in the States? Are you overseas? Are you in the Eastern time zone like I am? It is, what is it? It's currently 1:27 a.m. Yeah, not too much longer. I'm going to bed. But yeah, I've never come on this late. So you know what? Somebody told me last time or last month if I did a 1 a.m. chat, someone would jump on, and I called the bluff, and here you guys are. So thank you. This is cool. Probably not going to do too many of these, Yeah. So happy 4th to you, Anthony. Thank you. Had a good one. Safe, sound. The weather was terrific. I went swimming for a couple hours. Very relaxing. Swimming, they say, is the best exercise. I would have to agree. Anthony, you're on the East Coast. Okay, cool. Yeah, I am here in Ohio, so you're on the same time zone. So why are you up this late? Oh, you waited for me, Anthony. I'm just kidding. You're good, Oscar. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else does late night live like I do. I'm the first, so maybe I'm famous. So, Oscar, it's your birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to Oscar. Happy birthday to you. Anyway, I won't sing the whole song. Sure, happy birthday. Happy that you're with us this evening, this early morning. That's right, Anthony. Linux for life. I agree. Why not? Hey, why not? Linux is everywhere, right? It's in GPS, in cars, cell phones. Why not? Up late doing Dell certs. Ah, sounds like fun. Yep, I'm sure that'll get you tired enough to fall asleep, right? And one thing about sleeping, my friend keeps his cell phone on. When he goes to bed. Once I hit the bed, my phone is turned off. That's where I draw the line. I may catch up on some news, catch up on your comments, emails, suggestions, stuff like that. But once I go to bed, it's off. So, yes, everybody say happy birthday to Oscar. Yep. Cool. Love these Linux communities. Who says Linux communities are hateful and toxic? That's not true. Okay, well, maybe some of them, but not this one. See, I learned from being a Windows user to be very nice. Who's here? Netra Amorosi. Hello. Yep. Happy birthday to Oscar. Welcome to all. This is cool. I wasn't expecting these many people. 11 people. That's a lot. So I guess you guys can't sleep either. Hey, Linux is on board. Hello, my friend. Hello to you. So I have to ask, did you guys wait up thinking I may jump on? This is my 3rd late night live in a row, I think, because of the holidays. Or you figured you were just bored and come on and hoping I would jump on. I think I highlighted, let me see here. I may have some news nonsense surprise for you guys before I call it a night. But what a segue talking from Linux. Okay, so here's a nice These are actual, this is from May 10th, a little old. Bag of meth found in 11-year-old's GameStop purchase. Talk about a game that's highly real. Yep. That's a nice surprise if the parent bought that game. Not fun at all. Let's see, Oscar, you're a great guy, Toss. Well, thank you, and people, including me, love your live streams. What can I say? Thank you. That's very nice of you. Awesome, awesome. I couldn't be here without you guys. So yeah, continue to join me and share and support the channel if you can. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Netra, you dual boot, never been able to go 100% Linux. Been interesting to watch Ubuntu's development since Feisty Fawn. Yeah. I started with Ubuntu back in 06. It's gotten better. I cannot go 100% Linux. There's always going to be the issues, with graphics drivers or whatever. It's gotten better. I'm about 90% with Linux on a daily basis in terms of a true Linux-based system, but just not ready for prime time, at least not yet. It is 6 a.m. for you there, Hey Linux. Okay, all right. Excellent, Torch. You're going to do an adventure by putting latest Ubuntu 17.10 on very old PC with the Pentium 4. That's going to depend on the RAM. You have at least, I would say, 2 gigs of RAM. Excellent, Torch. It should work. Yes, it should work. Would you by any chance know your next live time? Honestly, after this, I do not know, Burlick. I am preparing an important live event. I wanted to wait till YouTube had some updated information on the terms of service and what to expect and what YouTube wants from content creators in terms of friendly content based on the advertising boycott that has affected many YouTubers. It's hard to believe that even YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of subscribers are having trouble with the budget with their channel, paying the bills. But anyway, I will when that happens, when that live stream is ready, I'll give you guys a heads up, and I'll probably call it Surviving YouTube, making dollars and cents of the boycott or something like that. Anyway, virtual seamless mode, awesome. Okay, I had to go back to Windows for now as I keep having lots of issues with many distros due to having an RX 480. Yeah, it's personally, I think dual booting gives you the best of both worlds, so it works for me. And that's what I can say about that. Yeah. Let's see. Let's do one more little news nonsense item. See what this one is. This was kind of cool. Annoyed swan tosses pigeons out of its way in London. This video here. Let me click this. I don't know if this is going to buffer. But take a look at this. Look at the swan just picking up these pigeons and just saying, get out, get away from my food. That is one mean swan. Oh, that was quick. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. Ironically, with this desktop doesn't have updated graphics drivers for Windows 10. Really? Drivers were abandoned after Windows 7. It works well enough in Windows 10, but just can't play Minecraft. Okay, I guess that can happen. Verlick, how about Patreon? Yes, I do have a Patreon account page. Just go to patreon.com, search TOS today. I've looked at different options to help fund the channel. There are about, it seems like 50 types of funding options to fund whatever you need or I need to fund, like 50 of maybe more. The list is crazy. Patreon seems to be the easiest and the most popular Berlick, a lot of YouTubers who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers use Patreon. They trust it. One of my subscribers says it is legit. I can trust it. So yes, you can just go to patreon.com and search TOS today. And if you would like to become a Patreon for as little as $1 a month, that would be just fine. But thank you for asking. And you can also you can also donate with PayPal if you want to, one time if you so choose to. And also you can, if you guys shop on Amazon, please use the Amazon affiliate links. That's another easy way, and it doesn't cost you anything. But yeah. Let's see. And I think Patreon, by the way, is spelled P-A-T-R-E-O-N. Berlick, yeah. P-A-T-R-E-O-N. Let me see if I can bring up the page. I'll just show you guys real quick. Let's see here. Using Surface Book and Manjaro Ubuntu, no problems. Cool. Very nice. Let's see. YouTube is not really a viable way to make a living. Adblock has cut. Yeah, I will mention that in the live event that I will schedule. Yes, in the past, probably for a significant amount of YouTubers, my guess, including myself, Adblock was coming along very nicely. I guess I can say it now, but when the channel crossed 2,000 subscribers that year, the channel made over $2,000 in just in ad revenue. And that's not bad with just slightly over 2,000 subscribers. If things would have kept going the way it was, that would have been enough, you know, by now to fund the channel. But it went backwards along with the advertising boycott and ad block, which I use myself. So now I have ad block turned off on YouTube. It really hit, and it was surprising that even with people with hundreds of subs, hundreds of thousands, there's one channel almost 1 million subs, and they got hit. I was like, holy moly. Anyway, this is my page here. And here it is, Linux Newbies #2. What is Linux? I will post occasional stuff just for patrons. Again, if you can just do $1 a month or whatever you can. I don't have really, you know, rewards or goals. Well, my goal is to keep the channel going. It's that simple. Anyway, so yeah, ad block usage has gone up. I personally turn off ad block on YouTube to help support other content creators because it all adds up. Debian KDE, that's what you're using, Anthony? Okay, all right. Let's see, sites with some pop-ups that somehow manage to circumvent ad block. That's certainly possible. Like I said, as far as YouTube, I don't mind turning mine off, you know, because I'm part of the community of personalities, as it were, content creators. And as long as you guys want me to keep doing this, I'm happy to do it. But I could use a little bit of help. They're learning how to defeat ad blocker. It seems that way. Let's see. People use ad block because a lot of websites have nasty malware ads. However, I exclude YouTube. Yeah, Oscar, that's true. I have turned it off myself on YouTube. I've posted links or posted videos in the past to please consider turning off your ad blockers. I don't think it's working, I'll be honest. I'm not saying it's you guys, but that's why I had to set up this Patreon page as an option. And I know who my one patron is. I don't want to mention his name, but he's been following this channel for many years, and he's the one who told me that this Patreon thing is legit. Yeah, I think Patreon takes like 5% or something. It's based out of San Francisco. But anyway, yeah, it's patreon.com/toss today. All right, enough of this. Let's see. People use AdBlock because a lot of websites have. Okay, what kind of help? Oh, Berlick, yeah, just help supporting the channel through Patreon, PayPal, using the Amazon links. You know, sharing the channel, stuff like that. That's what I meant. The supporting help, the revenue help. I should have been more clear. Sorry about that. One thing I wanted to mention, the products that I test, I buy them myself. I don't ask for companies to send stuff to me. I don't have a problem with YouTubers doing that as long as they say that this product is being sponsored by so-and-so company, just so we know that they're telling the truth. But so far, all the products that I have tested, computers, speakers, Bluetooth, I buy it myself. Like you would buy them as a consumer. So I give you the real review, as it were, and no BS. If the product's good, I'll say it. If it's not, I'm not afraid to say that either. You know, because that's how you would shop. You're about to get one more. Berlick, thank you. Very kind of you. Wow. Was not expecting that, but thank you. Great. Yeah, I figured this channel has over 8,000 subscribers, and if really only half of those gave $1, that would be enough, you know, to help support the channel. Because, well, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8,000 subscribers. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, the channel would have just about the revenue needed to update the channel, buy a faster computer, start doing Mac reviews. Oh man, I've had to turn down, or I've not been able to do Mac product reviews because I don't have the budget. I feel really bad because I had a couple people say, don't forget us Mac users. I haven't. Anyway, Berlick, thank you. That's very kind of you. So, let's see. I don't have anything else for this evening. It is 1:42. I'm still somewhat awake. If you guys want to talk about security or Linux newbies or something in general, I'll stick around for a little bit longer because it's you guys who fund the channel. You guys keep this going, whether through AdSense or Patreon or PayPal. So I'll stick around for a little bit more if you guys want me to. If not, I'll call it a night. Checking my phone here, nothing's going on. Bradshaw 212. Hello. Let's see. That's great. I support people making money off their time and effort. Thank you. I bet Google has poured millions in defeating ad block. Hopefully YouTube Red takes off. I don't know. Haven't really looked into much of YouTube Red. I have taken a look. I've taken a look at the updated terms of agreement with YouTube, as far as trying to help YouTubers like myself with advertising revenue, such as ad block. I believe YouTube is being more transparent, and I'm not being paid by YouTube to say this. Full disclosure. For what I've seen, and I'll talk about this more when I give you guys a heads up for that live event, but it seems like YouTube is really trying to help content creators, because if they lose content creators, not only do they lose quality content, they also lose revenue. So they don't want to lose money. Yeah. Excellent Torch, you are 15 years old. Hello there. Anybody else here my age? I don't know. I guess it's safe to ask. My son is 17, but he's not here. Yeah, he's not watching this. So now my son does watch a lot of YouTube on his smartphone. Yeah, his mom bought him the Samsung Galaxy. What's the new one? The Galaxy 8. I haven't touched his phone. I hope his phone is secure. You know, that he knows what websites to go through. Speaking of security, when we started this podcast or this live event. But yeah. Anyway, so for tonight, like I said, that's all I have. But it's curious to see where, how YouTubers, content creators, where they go. You know, with the so-called adpocalypse. And they estimated YouTube may lose up to $1 billion in revenue this year from ads. That's a lot. That is a lot of revenue to spread around. Um, what I have noticed, and I'll mention this since we talked about, Patreon and stuff like that, there are channels on YouTube. Kyrie, you're 25. Okay, cool. And I'll mention this in the scheduled live stream on YouTube. Berlick, you're a retired 53-year-old electronic designer. Cool, Berlick. Have you designed any cool things that you can mention that are not classified? That's awesome. Cool. You arrived at just as you ended your news thing. Yeah, I don't really, once I post these, once I'm finished, Netra, I generally don't edit these, take them down or edit these. I thought about, once this is done, downloading it, deleting it, and then putting up on Patreon for patrons only to pay for. But I decided not to do that. Whoever wants to give to help out the channel based on what you see in here, that's fine with me. But yeah, when I'm done, you may have to wait a few minutes or whatever till this is done to go back and play it. But I talked about some, are you secure with your operating system? And I won't spoil it on what I said, but you can probably figure it out. So yeah. Excellent Torch. Hard to find a friend in the internet in your age. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of good folks your age. Excellent Torch. Now, what was I saying about security? Or whatever. I lost track. I guess it is late. Oh, yeah. There are YouTubers, I won't mention names, that are not user-friendly, not family-friendly, that YouTube has either banned them, knocked them off YouTube, or demonetized their content, and because they just talk unfriendly stuff, hatred, toxic language. And unfortunately, they've done very well with Patreon, and it's discouraging to people like me who refuse to go that way. Anyway, I'll talk about that on a scheduled live event. Anthony Tucker says, Berlick, are you a ham? Like a ham radio? Made your first pick and place machine 30 years ago. Now you're working on a 6D machine. Berlick, that sounds interesting. Berlick, I have to ask, are you a fan of Star Trek? Because if you read the history of Star Trek back in the 60s when Gene Roddenberry wrote it, he was way ahead of his time. I mean, think about it. Touchscreens, we have them. Talking computers, we have them. Data tapes, data storage, we have them. Portable communicators, we have them. That little thing Spock put in his ear, yeah, Bluetooth. So that show was about 40 years ahead of its time. Here where I live in Ohio, there are a few ham radio aficionados. Yes, aficionados. So yeah. And I believe, someone correct me, Berlick correct me, or whoever, if storm goes down and the phone lines go down and the cell towers go down, ham radio is a great way for communication in an emergency. Is this true? At least that's what I heard. And it's secure too. Yes, no, someone say something if somebody knows, but that's what I heard since somebody mentioned ham radio. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up in a few minutes. So once again, thank you to all of you guys who joined. Great having you on board. A lot of fun doing these. And thank you for supporting this channel on Patreon. Let's see. Started off electronics, but ended up transferring to visual communications while at ITT Tech. Okay, all right. Still looking for Linux, KVM, kernel, virtual machine users. Excellent Torch says we are in the same boat to Kyrie. Anyway, I love your channel toss today. Thank you, Excellent Torch. Cool. Thank you. I hope your parents approve of watching this. I hope so. This is a family-friendly channel. Hey, I have a son, so. Isaac Asimov, Berlick. Very good. Ham radio sounds good. Yeah. This is great. We'll be back. Okay, Anthony. I don't know if ham is as secure as it bounces through the ionosphere. I don't know. Ham radios. There are different licenses to study for. Osprey for ham. Ham radio can be expensive. There's static or standard ham radio, mobile ham. One of my friends has a license. And that's how I learned some of this. But I guess it's secure. I don't know. Linux since 1998. Okay, Anthony, very good. Me, it's 06. Yeah, I started off with Ubuntu after reading it in a popular science magazine or something like that, and yeah, I got hooked. It was more out of curiosity. Of course, back then I was using Windows XP. Ooh, wonderful. And I think Microsoft is still putting up security patches for Windows XP. That's how bad ransomware is scaring the pants out of them. So yeah. And you should not be using Windows XP. Whoever watches this, do not use it. Period. Anyway. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's pushing 2 a.m. So thank you to all of you who joined this late night. Was not expecting all these people. This was cool. Always a pleasure to do these, to chat with you guys. This is live events, and I kind of figured this out a couple years ago. Live events, I believe, is the future of social platforms like YouTube, at least one ways to connect with users. And I enjoy jumping on other people's live events. It's just a lot more fun that way. Anybody remember the old packet system? No, Berlick, I do not. Excellent, Torch. I hope I get approved to watch this, or you're in great trouble. Toss today. Thanks. Excellent, Torch. If you see my videos, I don't think I've ever said a swear word. I think. I don't know. But yes, you are safe here. Kyrie, you stumbled over your first Linux distro. Okay, before I go to bed. See, now you threw me out a little, fishing line to fish in the fish like me. Okay. Your first Linux distro, for real, Kyrie? Which one? You got to tell me which one and why. Thank you, Anthony Tucker. You enjoyed the channel. Thank you. Yeah. So tell me, Kyrie, what stumbled? Which distro did you stumble on tonight, and why? Tell me. I already told you guys my first one years ago was Ubuntu 6, version 6, I think. Alright, so I am going to wrap this up unless Kyrie wants to tell me which distro you stumbled on. Packet is the use of computer on CB. I did not know that, Berlick. Okay, alrighty. Boy, I remember the CB days. Was a young kid. Breaker. Kyrie, Zorin OS 6.2 Lite. That's interesting. I had picked a few years ago Zorin, the best distro, or yeah, one of the best for beginners. But since they switched to the GNOME desktop environment, I'm not so sure anymore, Kyrie. I suppose I could still recommend it for beginners, but GNOME it's a little bit more of a learning curve. Now the light version, I believe it's what, based off XFC or something like that, or it was. I don't know. Excellent torch. Your first was Ubuntu 8.04. You still got the CD. Cool. Excellent. Okay, guys, I am done. It's almost 2 a.m. Thank you. This was a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun doing these and connecting with you guys. If there's anything you would like to see on the channel that nobody else does, a podcast or something, then let me know. Then we'll go from there. If you do support the channel through Patreon and you have a specific request or something that you would like to see on the channel that you would support, I look at all requests, all of them. I may not do all requests, but I do look at all of them. You still use CBs when cell phones don't work. Okay, cool. So Bradshaw 212, yes, good night to all. Yeah, don't have anything else for tonight. I will tell you guys this. Speaking of CDs, I found my Need for Speed 3 PC gaming CD that I might install in Windows 10 using the compatibility installer and see if it still works. So maybe I'll do a live event on that or do a recorded video. I'm not sure. So yes, good night to everyone. This was a lot of fun. The 4th of July is over here in the States, Independence Day, but of course, regardless of what day it is, be safe. As always, enjoy your technology. And of course, don't text and drive, right? Of course. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Take care, and thanks again.